Hey YouTube friends, thanks for checking out my channel. I want to talk about Andrew Yang 2020. Andrew Yang is, like I said, is running for president of the United States. He was one of the first candidates to announce, I believe. I think Richard Ojeda might have been the first, or it could have been Yang. He was definitely one of the first three people to announce that he was running for president. 2020. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur, a very successful man, and he's got a lot of good ideas. I really like him. I really want to see him in debate form. I really want to see him up there throwing his ideas around. And I just wanted to cover a couple of them, two or three of them. His top three, actually. Let's do his top three. His top three proposals, I believe, are just solid. And the first one is Medicare for all. Right off the bat, we're in great territory. Okay, and this is going to be big for people who want to claim progressive titles and progressive territory going into 2020. Medicare for all has to be there. It is a litmus test. It's the embodiment of being progressive going into 2020. So anybody who is for Medicare for all, wins the progressive prize. Anyone who doesn't should be cast aside. I won't deal with them. So Medicare for all, right off the bat, we're doing good. So that's an easy one to support. That proves he's progressive, and then it gets better. The next one is UBI, so Universal Basic Income, and that is, he calls it a freedom dividend, if you want to get more technical, where everybody would get $1,000 a month, regardless of who you are. You just have to be an adult, natural-born American to receive $1,000 a month. The annual cost of this will be $2.4 trillion, but where it comes from is in the AI sector, and a lot of corporations like Amazon and Google, Facebook. I don't know if Facebook's in there, but I know Google and Amazon for sure, and a lot of just upper tier companies who are investing in AI and who are profiting from AI. That's where the money will be routed from. So people will think like $1,000. Where's that coming from? It's going to be coming out. I'm going to be working for it. It's going to be my check. It's going to be what? No, it comes from the AI sector, where only a handful of people are making these huge profits. Okay, and it will be routed from there. Okay, so I know 2.4 trillion a year. Geez, that is a lot. But I love the concept of UBI. I've been thinking about it, and it really takes an optimist, to do the UBI thing, because it just says to me that Andrew Yang has faith in people with money. Because I believe our politicians right now, in the way our government and economy is structured, they don't trust us to have the money. Okay, they don't trust us at the bottom in the middle to have the money. So they hoard it all up top and they let it trickle down on us because they know what's good for us. But it's total BS. It hasn't worked. Trickle down is a nightmare. 45 million Americans live in poverty. It's not working. It's definitely not working. And UBI is a refocusing of that, where we're putting money in people's hands, and we're trusting them with money, and we're trusting them to spend the money, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to spend the money. They're going to spend the money on their bills. They're going to spend the money in the economy. And he also said something about this will spawn one of the largest entrepreneurial booms in American history. And I thought about that a little bit more. And I think what he's saying is, when you're given $1,000 a month, which will mainly go for bills, let's be honest, it's going to go for your bills. It's going to cover rent, your utilities, car payments, whatever. That's a good chunk of money. And if it doesn't cover all of it, it's going to cover some of it, okay? And what does that do? That frees up, it frees up your mind. It frees up your time where you're not in this constant motion of struggling and grinding and suffering and being depressed and feeling beat down. And you can release, that creative mental energy that a lot of us have and focus it on a new product, focus it on a business, focus it on something productive. And it could be art, it could be anything you could add to society as a whole that just makes it better. So I think UBI really flexes a lot of muscle there creatively. So when he says there's going to be entrepreneurial boom, I know what he's saying there, because those people, everyday people, can refocus their energy. They can use their energy. They'll have extra energy to focus on other endeavors besides just paying the bills. Working the 9 to 5 just to crush your spirit and have no energy and have no focus, and you're just grinding out your life. So it frees up that territory. So that's awesome. I really think that's a beautiful thing. And he's an optimist. I love that. We need optimists in Washington. We need new blood. We need optimism. So UBI is pretty solid. Okay. Human-centered capitalism. This is kind of his theory. This is his third one of his top 3 proposals. And just a little rundown on it. It's basically theory. Humans are more important than money. Humans are more important than money. I dig it. I totally get that. The second tenet of human-centered capitalism is the unit of human capitalism economy is each person, not each dollar. Okay, so once again, there's a focus on the people. There's a focus on the productivity of the people that works for the people, and not just profit-driven theory, which is what we're in now, where it's just about profits, profits, profits. Let's get the profits. It doesn't matter how we do it. It doesn't matter if we crush the people who are helping getting our profits. As long as we get those profits, everything is going to be all right. Well, that's a bunch of BS, and he knows that. So, in the third tenement of human-centered capitalism is markets exist to serve our common goals and values. Wow, how awesome would that be? If we could make that become reality. Markets exist to serve our common goals and values. Well, right now it serves profits, profits, profits. It's all profit motive, and no matter what happens to the worker, the quality of life, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because all that matters is the profits. And so, Medicare for all, UBI, human-centered capitalism. This sounds like you can just wrap this up and say compassionate capitalism. Okay, this might be the last ditch to save capitalism. I've heard that about UBI in general, that UBI will be used to save capitalism. And it really sounds like that's what he's proposing here, a compassionate capitalism. I say let's go for it. Let's do it. I really hope he gets a lot of airtime. Is he a long shot? Of course he is. But I want his ideas to get infused into the national dialogue, if anything, just at a minimum. I want his ideas to be heard. So dig in a little more to Andrew Yang. He has a lot more to offer, but I just wanted to go over his top 3 proposals. And let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below.